Assalamu alaikum student. And this is Mrs. Khan from M.M.Model school. Now I'm going to teach the students of class 6A and 6B a new chapter, chapter number 11, through a colored glass from your English literature book, and this is page number 92. The account, that is the story, is about Rasipuram Krishna Swami Lakshman, one of the India's foremost cartoonists. So who was he? He was a cartoonist. He is the brother of another celebrated Indian. So he is also the brother of another well-known, celebrated means well-known Indian, the author R.K. Narayan. So who is the author of the story? R.K. Narayan. In this story or in this account, the words of R.K. Lakshman are being reported by the author. So the author, the words of whatever R.K. Lakshman, that is Rasipuram Krishna Swami Lakshman, are being reported over here. In our old house in Mysore, there was a window. It had a glass pane divided into many parts. Each part had a different color. One day, the pane broke. Bits of colored glasses tinkled down. So they were staying at Mysore, and there was a window, and the window pane was made of glass, माने शीशा का बना हुआ था. It has many parts. Each part had different colors. One day the pane broke, टूट जाता है, and bits of colored glass नीचे जमीन में गिर जाता है. I ran to pick up those pieces. I looked at every color, one after another. So सब pieces उठा करके एक सब color को देखने लगा. Suddenly I happened to see through one of the glass. I saw a new world. It was strange, weird and frightening. So एक new world ऐसे लगा कि जब वो colored glass का जरिया से वो देखा तो उसको लगा न्यू वर्ल्ड कुछ देख रहा है, स्ट्रेंज, अजीब सा, फ्राइटनिंग टाइप्स, मतलब बाहर में सब कुछ कलर लग रहा था. एज आई रिमेंबर इट, this was my first communication with my surroundings. It was the first communication through the colored glass about the surroundings. माने surrounding भी colorful हो सकता है. I loved looking through the broken glass pieces, feeling different with each color. So first green से देखेगा तो greenish लगेगा. When we see through the blue glass, which looks blue, so as you'll wear sunglasses and all, उसी तरह से लग रहा था. The color changes. Perhaps this was the early sign of my interest in visual things, in drawing and painting, that were to be my life. So what important thing was his life? Drawing and painting, and he took much interest, and maybe this was the particular event that changed his life. My mother was a remarkable woman with a hectic life. So his mother was very remarkable, well-known woman. We had many servants. They had servants, including a cook, but she had her hands full managing the household. She used to manage the household. She did some cooking. She did some cooking at times. It was of the experimental kind. So cooking was type of an experiment. She would bake cakes, butter biscuit for us. Once she followed a magazine recipe and made tooth powder. What did she make? She made a tooth powder. At another time, she made few kind of fuel. A new kind of fuel बनाया, और द बॉयलर मैंने लोग का कोई स्टोव था, अ कॉपर वेसल. तो कॉपर वेसल के अंदर पानी डाला, हीटिंग सिस्टम अटैच टू इट. तो कॉपर वेसल के अंदर जो पानी था, वाटर था, वो भी गर्म हो गया. कम समर and she would start rolling papad. When the summer came, she would start making papad at home, and they were dried on the terrace. We children would to hop around and help her. She never said it was a bother, but let us do what we liked. All the children gathered her, but she never took it as a bother. Bother means parishani, and she liked the children gathering. Mother had several hobbies. One of them was to buy litho prints of gods and human beings. तो litho prints खरीदती थी god और human being का. She would dress them up. क्या पहनाती थी? Bits of cloth, mirror, beads, sequins सब लगाती थी उसमें litho print में. How hideous they looked. कितना अजीब सा लगता था. But in those days they were in fashion. Mother was good at both tennis and badminton. So at that time, The mother played tennis and badminton. She also played golf. Just imagine, she also played golf. She was an unbeaten लोकल चेस माने चेस होता है, चेस चैंपियनशिप में वो अनबीटन रहती थी, मतलब उसको हराना मुश्किल होता था. शी प्लेड अ गुड गेम ऑफ ब्रिज. ब्रिज माने एक तो कार्ड्स, ताश का गेम होता है ब्रिज. एट होम वी लव्ड इट व्हेन शी जॉइंड अस फॉर कैरम एंड कार्ड गेम्स. तो कार्ड गेम, एरम सब उसका माँ को खेलने आता था. शी बॉट सो मच लाइफ एंड लाफ्टर विथ हर. शी वॉज अ लाइवली वुमन. आई वॉज वेरी प्राउड ऑफ माई मदर. Whatever I know, I learned from her. What a voracious reader. She was a very eager, keen to read, keen to learn, keen to know things. She had never stepped into school or college, but there was nothing she did not know about Sanskrit and Tamil literature. So, she knew everything about Tamil and Sanskrit literature, although she did not go to school or college. She kept up with English writing through translations. So she used to translate Sanskrit and Tamil. We boys would read to her and tell her everything we found in books and magazines. जो भी हम लोग अच्छा चीज इंटरेस्टिंग था, बच्चा लोग उसका मम्मी को सुनाता था, and she used to translate them. How many myths and legends she knew? She knew lots of mythological stories, legends, etc. At night she would come up to lie down on her bed upstairs. Then all of us would gather around her. She would chat, crack jokes, tell stories, tell her about friends, ask for advice, etc. etc. So क्या करती थी? She was chatting करती थी, jokes बोलती थी, stories सुनाती थी, etc. etc. बहुत सा एडवाइस भी देती थी बच्चे लोग को. Just thinking about those times makes me happy. How lucky we were to have such a wonderful mother. So, next, the author describes the father. Father, there is just one word to describe him: formidable. मतलब he used to cause fear. He was a very fearful man. वो सबको डरा के रखते थे. Are you frightened by the word? Well, it just means frightening. माने बहुत डरा के सबको रखते थे. As a school teacher and headmaster, he was a school teacher as well as the headmaster. He was very stern about discipline. I was rather scared of him. बहुत डरते थे. But as you know, you need not hate the person you did. जिससे डरते हो उसको hate नहीं करना चाहिए. Just look at him. Isn't he like marble statue with his beak of nose and bald head like Julius Caesar? Can any child get close to some person like that? So his head did not have hair. It was bald, and his nose was like a beak, as if he looked like a marble statue of Julius Caesar. Who was Julius Caesar? He was the Roman ruler, emperor. Okay, thank you, students.